The Adder 3.0. Let me show you its features. Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. Yes, that's right. The Adder has just been completely renovated. And don't worry, it's still the same crossbow. It's just that everything else changed. The body is still the same. So if you have an Adder already, you can upgrade. So I am assuming here that you already know the Adder as a basic crossbow. It's the first tactical crossbow on the market. It is repeating. It normally has 5 shots in the magazine, and you have this underlever cocking system that makes it super easy to cock the weapon. Rapid fire, really good power, very, very robust, and a truly tactical crossbow that took the market by storm. But now, since it's now been like 4 years since we first introduced it, it was high time for a complete overhaul of the weapon. And this is done in this sample here. Still the old body, and I had it for years, but now it's a completely reborn crossbow. So the first and very glaring change is the magazine. It's now a double stack magazine that you can fill up to the brim with bolts. So it fits 18 bolts versus the original 5 bolts that used to be in the original package. So 18 bolts, double row, and as you see, you have plenty of room for broadheads and for very long arrows. This eats like every arrow that ever has been offered for the magazine Adder and the magazine Siege. So it's just an all-round arrow eater. The magazine now also has adjustable height for the scope or red dot, and also you have the sideways Picatinny rails. These are actually optional. So if you want to attach something in addition to it, I don't know, maybe a GoPro, where it's legal, maybe a laser or light, you can do that. And you still have the front Picatinny rails, left and right, of course. Yeah. And the magazine, you can easily exchange it against the 7-shot version or the 5-shot version. You just remove this one thumb screw here, and you can take it off and slide the 18-shot one on. It's done within seconds, really. No conversion is needed to the crossbow. What I wanted to show you is the clever solution in this magazine. You can see left and right, there is a little tongue that actually separates them left and right. And since the nocks are flattened, these cannot turn. So they are absolutely firm in this here. They cannot twist. They are almost always completely lined up. And that's actually a great advantage. So the next thing that is on here is the Venom Extreme bow limb set. This is even more powerful than the 180 pound from the Adder 2.0 kit from EK Archery. That is also a part of this package here. So this is like the fastest, strongest commercially available bow limb set that you can get for the Adder. And it actually increases the power very significantly. You go from about 34 joule to a little bit over 50 joule. And you can adjust the power actually a little bit by the amount of twists that you can put here in the string. The more you twist it, the more power you will get. So you can actually also go a little bit lower than 190 if you want to, for example, for training purposes. And also a part of that package is the original EK Archery Adder 2.0 system. So we including 2.0 into 3.0. And that actually brings you quite a few advantages. So this is the original box. As you can see, you get a more powerful 180 pound limb set. You get upgraded reinforced handle. You get a high intensity new trigger set, and you get another 14 pieces of carbon bolts. So this is actually the case. As you see, now the cocking lever is prolonged. It's actually the same one that they also put in the Siege. It's also more solid here. We had a few of these breaking off because it was a bit flimsy on the original Adder cocking lever. And it's also structurally changed. So this means that the steel bar here is a lot thicker, the transport bar. And also there is steel in here that makes it less prone to like rattling and bending. So all in all, it's truly reinforced, and also it's longer. And this helps you tremendously with cocking the more powerful 180 and 190 pound bow limb set. Also part of the package is a more powerful lock. So the lock has been reinforced, not just the little claw, but also the entire lock keys. So it was just kind of cast iron before, and now it's actually reinforced with hardened steel, so tempered, heat-treated steel. So these are working like bushings for the claw. So therefore it can just take a much higher load than the original adder. Not that the old lock there was nothing wrong with it, and we sold a lot of powerful bow limb sets for it, but it just gives you the extra security. So that's also a part of that EK Archery 2.0 package. Okay, the next thing that we have also attached here is the My folding stock adapter. So you can see you can easily fold it and eject it. There's one huge advantage of this is there was a lot of criticism that this was actually rattling a little bit in the original adder. So people just said it has play and people didn't like it. Now the My adapter system gives you like 2 additional screws here, and these actually can be used to tighten the whole thing against the body of the weapon. Therefore it is absolutely solid. Plus it's also compatible with AR-15 buffer stocks. This means that you can buy any rear stock for an AR-15 that you can find on the market and simply put it in here. So this is truly a conversion. It was like a fake AR-15 stock before, and now it's the real deal. So of course now you will ask, can I buy all these parts separately? Not everything. So the Adder 2.0 package from EK Archery means the new cocking lever and the new lock, and also the 180-pound bow limb set. That is a set in itself, so you can only buy this in one package. So you cannot just buy the lock or just buy the cocking lever. The other components are available, so you can get just the 18-shot magazine, you can get just the folding adapter, the rear stock of course. So this is all available as separate products. So first what we're going to do now is we're going to have some fun shooting it at a target, see what kind of group size we can get from this. It's because a lot of people said, and actually there's been 3D printed versions of this magazine on the market. I invented a wooden original a long time ago, but then there's people from the 3D print industry, and some of them I tested, and I have to say that they were not accurate, simply because the funneling of the bolts were not perfect. So the bolt in the groove got sideways pressure from the bolts above it, and this means that you got really no accuracy anymore. Some of them might have fixed this by now, I don't know, but this one definitely has it fixed. So let's go shoot a little bit. Too bad. Not all of them are on the coaster. These two actually are not. Other than that, really good. Okay, that was a pretty good group. I'm actually happy with those results, even though I'm not a marksman and I was only using a red dot and not a scope. So forgive me for not being the best shooter in the world, but I'm actually happy with that group size, because it's a tactical crossbow and every shot would have hit an attacker, everyone. Good enough for me. Is it good enough for you? I don't know. Leave a comment. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to test how much power it has by shooting at various things. It's also one of my really, favorite pastimes. And we're going to shoot at some interesting targets. Like I said, this eats like any kind of bolt that's on the market, and I have a selection here, like leftovers, and of course plenty of original EK Archery. But then we have some of the original R9, which are really super lightweight. Then we have some blunts that I made, and even a blunt for the Siege, which is a much longer tip, very heavy. There's the Bodkin tip, there's the longer tips. One is actually with an aluminum knock, and the other one is the original, just with a longer tip. Then we have the hunting broadheads, and these are for the Adder, and then we also have some for the Siege, which are simply a little bit longer, as you can see. So, but all of them fit in the magazine, no problem. So the first test is now with these hunting broadheads. I don't have 18 of them, probably only have like 12 or so. At the dog food can filled with water. Let's see what kind of damage we can cause. Okay. Okay, this went all the way through. It entered here, and left here. So yeah, that was really perfect. So next is one of Rolfi's chewed out bone from cow bone. So it's a really, really thick piece of bone. Let's see how that fares. Whoa! Believe it or not, but it just pokes through. Not sure if you can see it, but the tip of that arrow of that broadhead is actually poking out. And it's in the thickest piece of the bone. Next is the coconut. It's actually a little bit older, so I don't think there's any water in it left. But since I know that it's going to penetrate the coconut, of course it will. Now I make it a little bit harder by using this aluminum board here, pretty thick, and put it in front of it. I hope that I will hit it because I cannot see it anymore, obviously, when I put it in front of it. Let's see if I can hit it and cause some damage. Okay. Whoa! I hit it a little bit high, but it still managed to crack the coconut, but I'll shoot at it again. Okay. Better. So the second hit was much better. Let me try to remove it here. So what we can clearly see is that it definitely punched all the way through the aluminum. Okay. Yeah, so you can clearly see the metal armor didn't protect it well enough. So this side of the coconut seems like completely undamaged, so we shoot at it again without the metal. Satisfying. Yeah, that was to be expected. I think the Adder 3.0 has mastered all of the challenges. It is absolutely rock solid. It is completely robust. It has more than enough power, as you clearly saw, to really do anything with it that you ever want to do with it. It is really accurate enough for the distances that we are stating it for. This means to up about 30 meters for tactical purposes. You will definitely hit like the upper body of an opponent. So I think this is a great product now. It's now gotten even better with the 3.0 kit. I can definitely recommend it, and you can get it at gogun.co for the US, ships right out of Florida, or you can get it in the UK from gogun.uk, ships right out of Brighton. And of course, should you be in Europe or specifically in Germany, you can get it from gogun.de. Links all down below. Well, I hope that you liked this, because that's it for today. Thanks, and bye-bye. Nice, right?